Hello world, it is Monday, February 7th, 2022, and looking out the window at Defiance, it's kind of overcast, but warmer than it has been. I think it's around 20 degrees, which seems funny to call 20 degrees warm, but there you go. I'm also recording this from a different room in my house since we're doing some work on the office that I usually am set up in. The devotion for today is entitled Eating with the Physician, and it's written by Mary Ludy. And Mary bases the devotion upon Luke chapter 5, verse 30 through 31, New Revised Standard Version. The Pharisees were complaining to his disciples, saying, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus answered, "Those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick I have come to call not the righteous, but sinners to repentance." And then Mary writes, Jesus says he's come to call sinners to repentance, but there's no sign in this passage that he's thinking, "Oh good, I can bag some souls at supper." There's no judgment, altar call, breastbeating. The only people he actively corrects are the righteous. Jesus knows that tax collectors aren't morally well. He knows that sick people need healing, not shaming. And the key to healing is company, solidarity, friendship, intimate presence, like the intimacy of sharing a meal. That's why he's there, to be with them and eat with them. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if we understood our presence and sharing of food at the table as a gift to someone who needs to know that their sins do not make them undesirable to Jesus or to us. If we understood each other's presence and sharing as an offering of healing, we might ourselves... Let me read that again. If we understood others' presence and sharing as an offer of healing, we ourselves badly need. If we welcomed Jesus into our midst just to be with us, to eat and enjoy life with us, and didn't turn every occasion with him into a moralistic moment, a lesson to be learned, an obligation to shoulder. I wonder too, what would it be like if we gather for communion, when we gather for communion, there actually were notorious public sinners among us. And I wonder what might need to change in our practice of communion, such that righteous people would be scandalized by it and ask us incredulously, why? And the call to prayer. Call us to repentance, good Jesus, so that we can be happy among tax collectors and sinners, all of us eating and drinking our way to healing, all of us eating and drinking our way to God. Well, lots of different things came up in this devotion as I read it. One was something that Philip Gulley wrote a number of years ago about how in some traditions they refuse communion to someone who's divorced, a sinner, in their eyes. And Philip Gulley was kind of like, well, why would you refuse communion to someone at a point in their life when they most really need it? That really struck me. And I also think of someone recently told me of a story that they were in I think it was a Catholic church, where there were little cards in the pews that said to refrain from taking communion if you're not Catholic or not baptized Catholic, because it's only for Catholics. I mean, I don't think it said it exactly in those words, but that was the intent. And Jesus didn't make any distinction about who was invited to the table. I don't know. I just think it should be a welcoming place. And that's what I try to do every Communion Sunday, is open it with that this is the welcome table of Jesus. And everyone is welcome here. No one's turned away. Because I think that's what Jesus would do. So that's what came to my mind when I was reading this devotion. And I hope you get something out of it as well. And maybe come to your own understanding of community and what it means to make the table bigger. And not build walls to keep people out. Hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.